Hey Libra, this is Jeffrey. This is Red Color. This is your reading for 2025. Yay! All right. So the message for everyone is adjustment, an adjustment year. Okay. I always think like adjusting like adjust my undergarments or something. All right. I was supposed to tell you about that. Okay. First off, it's 12 card reading because it's 12-month reading. I'm offering these readings on sale for like another day or two. I mean, they'll be available after that, but these readings and all my other readings are on sale because my birthday is coming November 7th. And and I wanted to tell you, I don't know why she just came to me. There was somebody I knew in New York for a long time ago, and she was a real eccentric character, a real eccentric character. I don't know why I'm telling you this. Really, really marched her own drum completely and was really, I don't know, strange and charming and delightful. So maybe the message is like, don't be afraid to be yourself, sing your own song, wear a feather in your hat, wear a red shoe and a white boot or whatever. Like, don't be afraid to express yourself. I think that's the message. All right. Okay, let's get to the reading. She just came to me. She just sort of came to me. And she became a chocolate. Somebody makes chocolate. A chocolatier, right? And she, made her own business out of it. Would it be great to learn how to make chocolate? Oh my God, I'd get so fat. There are a few little chocolate shops here, not too many, but it's not the most common thing, right? But this is where chocolate's from. I live in Mexico. They've been actually using chocolate for thousands of years here. All right. This is Libra 2025. I want to make sure I have everything right side up. Okay, Libra. January, December. I think it's just more interesting if you see the person reading than to look at a card. Okay, January. First of all, it's a three. It's creative thinking. It's kind of the card of heartbreak. But the thing about that card is like it's almost like a sad truth leads to a revelation. Like that's what I always get from that card. It's like there's something that feels sad or disappointing or heartbreaking, but there's a certain light in it. There's a certain understanding. There's a certain kind of revelation and like a creative effort that comes out of it. Okay, that's January. February is I've decided to move into something more tranquil. I've decided to move into something I mean you. I'm going from turbulence right into calmness. And I'm not looking back at the past. The past is done. Like the volcano went off. Let's get on the boat and get out of here. The other thing about that card in particular, I have my own little interpretation, which is being led by your generally deceased benefic female ancestors toward your next phase, toward tranquility, toward calmness, toward opportunity, toward the new. But it's really being led. And there's this sense of being led. February. March is like, well, I landed in a new place and I'm going to do something with it. Because, this could be like the end of a relationship and you're walking away, right? It could be a friendship. It doesn't have to be like a love thing. It could be a friendship. It could be a business partnership. It could be any of those things. Yeah, and, a friend, whatever. And there's like this, it's like, no, 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 I'm not, I'm going somewhere else. I'm being led toward love. And then I'm going to establish myself in this new place, or I'm going to try something new. March, April. It's not like I don't have ideas. I've got a million trillion fertile ideas come at me like this. They come at me like this. So it's April. May, I'm going to have to make a choice as to what it is that I really want to bring in and what I want to experience and what I want to feel. What do I want to feel? And I have two sevens. So sevens are about confidence, right? Sevens are about confidence. And maybe that was what that initial thing was about. So I'll say a little bit. She used to say, "My name is Viv and I want to live." Okay. And she was like, she was a dyke. She wasn't a lesbian. She was a dyke. And she claimed that and she owned it and she lived it. And she wasn't, it was a different time, she wasn't, she wasn't apologizing. It was like, this is who I am, right? It was something really empowered about her and really eccentric about her and really strong and really daring, daring, right? And she came from a really, like we all do, from a real messed up, religious, dogmatic, neurotic family. She went and did her own thing. She went and did her own thing, and she opened her own chocolate business, and she was doing well. And she never lost her flavor, right? Her eccentricity, she could turn a phrase, and she had this great sense of humor. And I have no idea whatever happened to her, but I'm sure she's still around making chocolate or whatever else she's doing. So I feel like, she came out of heartbreak and heartache, and she did. And then she left, and then she staked her claim and let the ideas flow and made a choice. So I mean, it's kind of like an example. Okay. January, February, March, April, May, and then June. This is a really spiritual card. It's really one of the most spiritual cards, maybe the most spiritual card in a certain way in the whole deck, because it's not about intuition. And this is really about, I sacrifice myself to my light. That's what this energy is. I let go of all the things that no longer serve me, even though they might have served me in the past, and whatever they are, and I'm letting them fall away. It's a willing self-sacrifice, and what happens is, um, he's on the tree upside down, and he sits for as long as he sits until he gets what he needs, what he came to receive, because in the letting go, he receives spiritual information, illumination. That's what's happening. But it's a process and it's not overnight. That's for sure. Okay. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. July is like you meet your higher self. You meet the healing. You meet the nourishment. You meet the like-minded people. You meet open heart. You meet intuition. It's nice. August. I think there's an opportunity out there for me, and I'm going to grab it and go with it, even though it's new. September, and I'm going to plant those seeds. And I'm going to plant those seeds in a confident way, and I'm going to let them grow. I'm going to do what I need to do. Maybe I'm going to enroll in a school, for an example. It's like you enroll in school, you don't get the diploma the next day. You have to stay there and you have to learn something. And, it's a process, and I honor the process. is you. October is the Hermit. The Hermit is it's sort of similar to this. This one gives something up, or more than one thing up. It's Thor. It's a god. It's a god. It's heavier. It's bigger. I'm going into my own light, or I'm searching for my own light to lead me on the path that's best for my soul. And as long as this is solo, this is solo, solo. Finding my own way through the dark with the help of the light of my soul. And being very meticulous about it. October. November. I'm keeping my business to myself, and it's going to be really practical and really solid. And I'm not going to do anything with it that puts me in jeopardy financially, or in any other, sort of stable thing, because he's the miser. And the thing I always feel like with him, there's this other energy that I get with this. I mean, it's the card of the miser, hanging on to one's money, la la la, being really practical. Um, but there's also this energy of like, I'm keeping my business to myself. I'm keeping my business to myself. It's nobody's business what my business is. And I'm going to look at it because he's a bit of a cameraman. I'm going to look at it, and then we'll see, right? So there's this energy in this whole thing of just, letting one thing reveal itself, another thing reveal itself, not jumping, not hungry, not desperate. It's like, okay, I'm going to take things as they come. I'm going to act when it's time to not react. There's not react here. I'm not getting react. I'm getting act from a space of stability, from a space of level-headedness. And then I end on the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is a new revelation, a new perspective, a new understanding, a new message. But it's also, it cuts out the past, because swords cut, So swords, they're messages and their inspiration sometimes, and their ideas, but they cut things. So it's almost like double duty. It's almost like double duty. It has a clarity, but it also has the ability to cut out what's not necessary. And the thing about swords too is like, it's not really attached to emotion. It's attached to the head. It's like, well, this doesn't make sense, so I'm not going to do it anymore. Oh, but it wasn't their fault. It's like, this doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to do it anymore. Like, that's it. So there's a real profound, I don't know, more self-reliance, more self self-directed action. That's how I want to say it. Good reading. I mean, so far, you're my seventh sign, and they've been really good readings, because sometimes judgment can be like, "Ah." It's like, no, it just feels like the natural course of events for all of us. And that's that. All right. Got five more to do. All right. Blessings, blessings, blessings.